On the fog lights, first of all you'll need your ignition on. Then turn on your dipped headlights, pull the switch out, one click for the front, illuminated there, second click for the rear, and you can see that on your dash, and the fog light is illuminated. Your fog lights would be used when visibility is reduced to 100 metres or less. Your headlights from dipped beam to main beam, turn on your ignition, 2 clicks to our dipped lights, and then you would push forward towards the front of the car to turn on the main beam, and you can see from inside the blue light suggests therefore that the main beam is switched on. The directional indicators, first turn on the ignition, turn on either the right or the left indicator, you would then exit the vehicle and check front, side and rear. You would then turn on the opposite directional indicator, again checking the front, side and rear, or alternatively you might choose to press your hazard warning light and that would turn on both your left and the right. For assisted steering, you would gently apply pressure onto the steering wheel whilst the engine is started, and it should result in a noticeable but slight movement. The system begins to operate. Alternatively, turning the steering wheel just after moving off will immediately indicate that the power assisted steering is functioning. If your power assisted steering isn't working, that steering will become extremely heavy. Lights are working, turn on your ignition, press the brake pedal, and then either using the reflection in a window or a garage door you could check that your lights are working, or alternatively ask somebody to check the lights for you. Lights and tail lights are working, turn on your ignition, turn on your lights, and then exit the vehicle to check the front and the rear. Lights are working correctly. Problem with your anti-lock braking system, the warning light here would come on and would remain on. The head restraint is set correctly. On top of your ear, there with the widest part of the head restraint, that would provide you with the best protection in the event of a crash. Information for the recommended tyre pressure for this car, you would look in the car's handbook or manual, and that will direct you to the petrol filler cap. Tyre pressures should be checked when the tyres are cold, and these can be checked at the garage or using a tyre pressure gauge. To check the tyres for suitable tread depth, you can use a tyre tread depth gauge, and that's simply inserted into the tyre there, into the groove, and press down, and that will then give you your reading in terms of the tyre tread depth. The minimum requirement is 1.6mm across the central 3/4 breadth of the tyre. We should also be looking at the tyre to make sure there's no cuts, bulges or defects. Brakes should be tested as you set off at the start of a journey. The vehicle should not pull to one side and the brakes should not feel spongy or slack. Check the brake fluid. You're looking at this bottle here at the back, and you're looking at the fluid is between the minimum and maximum marker there on the side. To check the engine coolant, this bottle here, and again we're checking the fluid is between the minimum and maximum marker. The engine oil, you would explain to the examiner who would pull out the dipstick, clean it with a cloth, and that you would be looking for the oil to be sat there between the 2 minimum and maximum markers. You wouldn't be required to do this on your test, but simply to explain to the examiner as the engine will be hot.